What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaiju's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share with anybody you think would like the content of this channel. Also, hit that bell notification so you're notified right away when my videos drop. So, hopefully, you guys do that. So, you guys are excited to see what I bring for you. And of course, thank you for all the kind support. We are almost to that 500 subscriber giveaway. So just a little thank you from me to you. Like I always preach, I give back to you guys because you guys show me love with your following and your likes and, sharing all that kind of stuff. So just a little appreciation from me to you. So I'm giving away stuff back to you guys. So, but yeah, we have another cool unboxing today. Another very rare one, very obscure one that you do not see at all. And this is an older one. This is an older figure now that's, probably about 15 years almost. Yeah, 15 years this year actually. So it's an older one for sure. So I'm excited. I was really excited to get this one. It had kind of been on the back of my mind for a while. And I was like, I kind of want that one, but I had to make sure I got the right one because there's different kind of figures for this particular character. But I had to get the absolute right one for me, the one that I really wanted. So just kind of had to sit and wait and bide my time kind of thing. And a couple of them popped up on Bai. And I got it, and I got it for a freaking steal. I think I really did. Just because of how rare and how scarce this particular figure is. I mean, I know it's not the most well-known. I know it's not the most popular. I understand that, but like they only came out with this thing one time and they haven't re-released it. They've never come out with it again. Like I said, it's been 15 years since this figure has come out. So yeah, it's interesting and I'm just glad to have it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, guys, here it is. Like I said, very obscure, very different. Something you guys might not have seen or ever seen or don't see very much. But I am talking about the 30 centimeter from X Plus Gilala from the X from Outer Space. Yeah, like I said, completely different. It's crazy. It really, really is. You guys know what I do. I always inspect the box because I do appreciate the box and the hard work that goes into boxes too. So yeah, so this is what we got. It's a smaller box than what we're usually normally used to for X Plus. But this is a picture of kind of one of the promo pictures that they use for like the covers for like the DVD and all that stuff, kind of releases and stuff like that. It's kind of the shot of that. And then right here in Japanese, it says the space monster Gilala. And it says it all over the box. Another space monster Gilala on the side. And then it says that horizontally. And then it comes vertical again. And then, of course, on the top, it is that horizontal again. So that's all it says around the box and everything like that. But, simple, plain, no color. So nothing like that. But I will give it a little bit of slack because this is a 15-year-old figure, and so there wasn't a lot of crazy design with it, not like we've seen as of late from X Plus. So this is actually pretty solid. So I'm okay with it, and like I said, I didn't think it was actually the 30 centimeter figure because of the box being so small. I just wasn't used to it. I'm used to the bigger ones and everything like that. So I was a little leery, but it's okay. It's all good. It is the 30 centimeters, so don't worry. But yeah, here's the box. Nothing too crazy. Just want to show it off. But yeah, let's get to the fabulous figure though. All right, here he is in all of his chicken glory. This is like I said, 30 centimeter Gilala from X from Outer Space. This is great. This is awesome. I love this. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I had recently just opened it. Now, mind you, this, like I said, a lot of this stuff will be sitting for a while. This thing's been sitting for quite a while, just kind of waiting to get reviewed and stuff. So I'm always excited to review my stuff, but just sometimes some things have to get pushed back, come ahead of it, or I'm more excited about something else. But I'm always excited about everything. It's just, sometimes things come before others, kind of thing. But I am excited to finally get to review this and show you guys and actually have this out in the collection on display. But yeah, here he is, the space chicken himself, Gilala, just crazy. But I love this. This sculpt is amazing. It really, really is. God, I can't. If you guys have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But he is so goofy. You almost can't take him seriously. Honestly, it's such a weird looking kaiju. Uh, I don't even know how to describe him. Honestly, he's so different. Um, his design is just kind of wacky. And just everything about him. Like, even his roar is just got a weird, like, whiny roar. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Honestly, it's honestly a little annoying, but it's so distinctive that like when you hear it, you know exactly which monster, who it belongs to and everything. So it's just like, I guess it's unique in its own way then, and I guess, with them doing that, it just everybody just knows, hey, that's Gilala's roar, because it's just so weird. It just doesn't seem like it would fit him and everything, but it is what it is. But yeah, this thing is just amazing. It really is. I mean, from the feet to the hands, I mean, everything just looks incredible. I mean, they really knocked it out of the park with this guy. Looks exactly like him from the movie. The paint job is pretty solid. There's nothing too crazy with it. It's just kind of as you can see, green. Not a lot of highlights and stuff like that, which I kind of wish there was a little bit more. You do get the red like nails and stuff like that with the toenails and the fingernails and stuff like that. But other than that, there is a little bit of different color on his head. It's hard to see here, but if you can kind of see like the spots and everything, that's actually a different color. It's kind of more of like almost like a pinkish purple kind of thing, if I can describe it. And then obviously the yellow on the tip of his huge antennas and stuff like that that just flop everywhere in the movie. I mean, because they're so weighted on the ends there with those little balls that they're all over the place. It's kind of funny to watch them, honestly. But yeah, other than that, just wish the paint job was a little bit more, just a little bit more desired, I guess. But it's really cool. I'm still happy with this. And like I said, it's a 15-year-old figure. I can give it some leeway, and stuff like that. As you can see, the tail is just it's got its little knob, I guess you could say, and just kind of push it on there and everything. It's not like tight kind of thing, but it actually says in the instructions that they want you to glue it, which I am not going to do, because it stays on for the most part. And then, when it's standing on the ground, you're not even going to notice it because it pushes it up. So it just kind of seals that crease a little bit more, but I am not going to glue this at all. But yeah, it's just phenomenal. It really is. Like I said, he's such a weird creature. He's got some different powers, like I said, if you haven't seen the movie, he shoots fireballs and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. He actually like turns into this big red sphere to travel around everywhere and stuff like that, like in an instant kind of thing. It's almost kind of like Ultraman's orange sphere, that when you first see Ultraman, he was in that orange sphere and he crashes down to earth, and it's usually into somebody like killing them, so then he fuses with them so he can kind of save their life and everything. It's like that. And then he has the power to like absorb energy and stuff like that to keep him alive and keep him growing and stuff like that. So very weird creature, but actually very hard to kill and almost indestructible. If you haven't seen the movie, they didn't actually kill him, they just stopped him for the time being. They reduced him back to like his spore state, because he's basically like a space spore, a space organism that gets attached to a spaceship that comes down to Earth and then just starts feeding on energy and stuff like that, and then evolves into Gilala. So that's like a little bit of his little backstory and everything like that. But yeah, they don't actually kill him. They just stop him and they contain him in in like a jar kind of thing, and they ship them back out to space by the sun and everything like that. So uh, as funny and weird and kooky as he is, he's actually pretty tough. Actually, they couldn't actually beat him. So um, I'd be curious to see who he could beat or who he can be matched up against, and everything. Honestly. But yeah, like I said, the movie is it's different. It's very kooky. It's very a little bit comical in some ways. It's not your like most serious kaiju movie. I mean, they kind of take it seriously, but I mean, honestly, watching Gilala on screen, he is so kooky and weird and just kind of off the wall. It is great. It is really great. But it's not one of the greatest movies and stuff like that. And the company behind this was Shuchiku, and they were a smaller company that had make movies and stuff like that. I believe this is one of their first. I don't think it was the first; it was one of the first. But this came out in 1967, and actually, this isn't the first. This is the first movie that they used for Gilala, and then they actually brought him back in 2008, I believe. The Monster X Strikes Back Attack of the G8 Summit, and that movie, I swear, like that is a movie that if you haven't watched, you should. I don't know if it's in a good way, but it's a movie. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so weird and so off the wall. And I mean, they went like full comedy with it. Like it's supposed to be a kaiju flick and everything, but like it's just pure comedy. It really is. It's ridiculous. It's off the wall. It's funny. It's dorky. It's all the things you could describe as being funny. That's what it is. And they never took it seriously and stuff like that. And it's so funny that they went from like a more serious role with X from Outer Space to the second one where he strikes back. It is night and day where it went more of a serious one to very comedic and everything like that, and just very funny. I mean, even the human actors are off the wall and just, jeez, like I said, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It is something, but I think everybody should watch it because it is that weird and that funny that like you just have to have seen it at least once. At least once. You don't ever have to go back to it again, but at least once you should watch it because it's that ridiculous. Or you could say it's that bad. It's something. So yeah, that was his second. So those are the two movies that Gilala is from. Um, but yeah, this is such a great figure and everything. Everything on it is so well done. Like I said, the sculpt is great for being a 15-year-old figure. This looks excellent. This looks like something that we would get today, and some of that. And that's how well it's done. So it's definitely stood the test of time so far, and just having this in my collection is just really awesome. Like I'm on a hunt for anything like X plus slash accurate kind of thing of kaiju or kaiju from movies that I don't have that I like, because I'm making my own like little collection of like non-Godzilla characters for this type of figures and stuff like that. So I got a good collection going like that. My last video was actually from the 57 Mogera, the Mysterians. So that was added to the collection. I've showed off the Pogasari on this channel and stuff like that from Mondo. I have Gappa, that's another one. I have the Rhedosaurus from Ray Harryhausen. Just other things that aren't Godzilla, I'm also collecting too. So anything that's X plus quality kind of thing, I'm on the lookout for it and I want it because there's stuff that I want. Like one big one that I really want is like the Bandai Museum figures of the Yog trio, or Space Amoeba, where it has those three from the movie. Like I would love that set. That's probably the best set that they have out. I know there's Sofubi of them, but there isn't like all three of them that are really really good kind of thing. So those are the three that I've seen that I want the most. And I'm definitely on the lookout for those if I can get it for a good price and stuff. I know they're really hard to find. So they are a little bit of money, and I understand that. But hopefully maybe one day. But that's one of them that I'm really looking out for and everything. And like I said, anything else that that area, for my collecting and stuff like that. I know a couple years ago I got a Safubi set of the Magic Serpent, which is awesome. It's great. Unfortunately, they never made realistic figures of them, which I would definitely get those too. But like stuff like that, like I'm definitely making my own little collection of non-Godzilla. It doesn't even have to be Toho. Non-Toho, just other kaiju that are movies that I like and I um, really enjoy watching and stuff like that. I want representations of them in my collection because I just think that's really cool. Yeah, so just stuff like that I'm looking out for. So this goes right into that category, and so I'm just super happy to get this. And like I said, I got this on Buy for a steal of a price. I really did. At the time, there was a couple of them, and I'm just glad I got it because holy buckets, it yeah, I couldn't believe I got it, and I know it's a lot harder to find. And there's like I said, there was a couple different releases of this from X Plus, like they've had them in blister packs and stuff like that for like a 25 centimeter, which is really, really great. With that, they had like two different color designs. They had the ship that was in the movie and stuff like that that came with it. So that kind of stuff would have been really, really cool to get with this figure. But this is the one that I really, really wanted. And this is the one I got. So, but yeah, like I said, this is a 30 centimeter figure. Actually, he's about 35 centimeters with the tip of his antennas. And actually I pushed them in a little way, so actually they could come out a little bit more. So he's pretty tall if you go from the height of his antenna, but like just his normal head, he is 30 centimeters, supposedly and stuff like that. So and obviously be careful with the antenna. They're not as delicate as other ones that I've seen because they do have a little bit of thickness to them, and they're pretty stiff. They're not very flexible or flimsy. They're pretty stiff, but always just be cautious of those. Same thing with like Mogeros and stuff like that. You see his antennas are up and everything. They're always very thin. Titanosaurus is another good one. You're always going to be careful of those things and stuff like that when you're handling them and stuff like that. I almost lost my Titanosaurus one by moving them the other day because it fell out and it's super, super, super thin. So luckily I was able to find it, but yeah, you just got to be super careful when you move these things, especially with antennas and stuff like that. And I had to make sure. Now, I know a lot of these actually come without antennas, and I made sure that this had the antennas and stuff like that because I was like, there's no way I'm having this thing without the antennas. So that's another thing that you have to watch for if you're trying to buy this thing. Some don't have antennas, or make sure you ask about the antennas. Make sure they actually come with the figure because sometimes they're either broken or lost and stuff like that. And that's just a common thing. So great. I love this thing. It looks so great. I mean, and I always thought his tail was super weird. Like he had this like little claw tail and everything. He never really used it in the movie, which I'm kind of sad about, but it was always very unique. And I actually thought the claw was red. Maybe I'm mistaken. And maybe they just forgot to paint it. I can't remember. I'll have to watch the movie again. I actually just got it in Blu-ray form, so I'll have to watch it again. But I thought it was red, if I'm sure. I can't remember. But yeah, just a weird tail and everything. Just an overall, just very weird look, but very unique kaiju in all. So happy to get him into the collection and everything. So just super, super stoked. So, but yeah, with that, let's do a size comparison. Let's match him up to somebody who we think he can fight. All right, this is the only size comparison I'm going to do. And of course, I had to do two different ones and two different scales. And of course, a couple of them that I was already just talking about. Had to show them some love, some more screen time for these guys. Right here, I have the 30 centimeter Mondo Pulgasari. So as you can see the size, how he matches up to there. Pretty close, actually, pretty close. The horn on Pulgasari is just a little bit higher than his head, but obviously his antennas actually go higher than him. So like I said, he is technically 35 centimeters with his antenna, but I think more close to the 30 realistically with the top of his head. So works great. They look great together. So definitely in scale with each other. And then on my right here, I was talking about another one, my little Gappa here. And obviously Gappa is a 25 centimeter figure, which is the only way it released it from X Plus was 25 centimeters. So I would love, love, love for a 30 if they ever did one. If not, I got to look for it in kit form kind of thing. So I am on the lookout for that too, actually. But yeah, here's how it matches up with a 25 centimeter. Not too bad, but obviously you see the height difference and everything. But I just love showing these obscure non-Godzilla figures and show some limelight to them, because they are all great movies. I recently finally was able to watch Pulgasari for the first time. Very weird and everything, but still a fun watch. It really is. And Gappa, I love Gappa. It's a very good movie. And of course, this one is is something. The first one is way better than the second one. But they're all just unique movies that I think everybody should give them a look. Look for them online. Maybe YouTube, or look to buying them and stuff like that. Because I think they're just movies that just get looked over, get looked past, and everything like that. And there is some significance to some of these and stuff like that that I think people just don't realize sometimes and everything. And a lot of them are just really, really fun movies. Really, honestly, like if you just like kaiju, you just like giant monsters, you just like that tokusatsu type style, like this stuff is right up your alley. It really, really is. So I definitely recommend it and everything like that. Yeah, it's just super fun. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. That's it for me. Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe to the channel so we can get up to 500 subscribers and do my next giveaway. So we are very, very, very close. So thank you to everybody. Of course, also go follow Monsters with Attitude on YouTube. I'm part of a group of guys there that do monthly videos, streams about different topics and stuff like that. It's a really fun time. We just banter back and forth about different subjects or events or toys or whatever. It's just a fun time. We have special guests on every so often and stuff. So it's just a lot of fun. So go subscribe to our channel over there. And of course, link to that is our Facebook page, Monsters with Attitude Collectors Group. You can post in there. We're building a great community there and everything like that. So please go join those too. And obviously my channel also. Just a bunch of great guys that I work with and everything. It's just a lot of fun. We do this stuff for, fun and pleasure, honestly, because, that's what we're here for. This is the stuff that we love, and we love to talk about it. We love to watch it. I mean, we'll just gossip over it. So it's just a lot of fun. So, but yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. And of course, until next time, later.